fine because doesn't hit the ball doesn't hit the pinky too much when you're under center. You can compensate for that.
Are you going to practice today?
For a little bit, we'll see.
Have you thrown a ball since Sunday?
I have not, no.
When is it most painful? If you're saying that's when it's kind of least painful under center, when does it bother you the most?
If it gets hit, it's a little painful, but it's getting better each day.
How about handoffs, Joe? What do you think?
It shouldn't be an issue.
Still got to do it right?
Yeah.
It's the biggest deal. I mean, when you grip it with your little finger, gripping the thing, it comes off first. But gripping, is that where you feeling it kind of the most? Or?
Yeah, just have to grip it a little harder than normal.
You think you'll wear a glove?
We'll have to see. I'm going to try some things this week in practice to see what works best. But we'll see. I don't really have all the answers yet.
Why were the gloves giving you such a hard time on Sunday?
It was just too hard to get them on, really. Too painful to get them on. So, and I hadn't worked throwing with a glove in practice yet. So, yeah.
Any chance in your mind you won't be able to play?
No, I don't foresee that happening.
All things considered, when you looked at the tape of the game, the way you threw the football, were you pretty impressed with the results that you got?
I thought I threw it well. Obviously, there were more issues that needed to be addressed, but I don't think my pinky hampered my ability to execute the way I needed to.
Obviously, the knee is the most severe injury you've ever had. You can't play through that. Have you had an injury that has been difficult to play through in the past?
Yeah, I mean, injuries are a part of the game. You're going to have injuries throughout the year that you either can play through or you can't. So it's happened throughout my career.
How much of that is a mental thing, just a pain tolerance and kind of gritting through it versus the actual pain?
Depends on the kind of injury, and depends on how much it hampers your ability to do your job.
With 5 games to go and all of those opponents having a record of 500 or better, what's the mentality of this team moving forward as you guys close out the regular season?
Just keep getting better. 1 week at a time. We have everything ahead of us still, so we still got a great opportunity to do what we want to do. We just got to keep getting better and keep not making the same mistake twice and going out there and executing.
What makes the pinky probably more of an issue than maybe some of the other fingers in terms of gripping the ball and making sure that you want to throw it the way you want to?
I wouldn't say it's more of an issue than some of the other ones. I would say anytime you have a finger injury, on your throwing hand, it's gonna take some tweaking to see how you're gonna be able to throw the ball with a finger injury. But I think it didn't hamper me too much on Sunday, and I think it's just gonna keep getting better throughout the week.
Are there things throughout the week, not even football related, that you said I'm not going to do those because you kind of want the pinky to heal and kind of set?
Just modifying my lifting, not doing too much in there. Still, doing my lower body stuff, but staying away from upper body.
Joe, one of the things you can work on are mental reps at this point of the year. And curious, a lot of quarterbacks say that mental reps at this part of the year sometimes are even more important than the physical practice. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, walkthroughs are a big part of the season at this point. Just being able to, a lot of times throughout the week, you might get a rep in a walkthrough against a blitz in a certain play that you don't get during practice, and you still have to be able to execute that play the way it needs to against a certain look, even though you didn't get that full speed. That's part of the job description, so that's a big part of the game.
What problems do the 49ers pose to you on their defensive side of things?
Well, they got really good linebackers. Obviously, they have Fred Warner, and they have, a very good defensive line that poses a lot of issues. Like a lot of the teams across the league have great pass rushers. So it's not like we haven't faced pass rushers like that before. But if you're not ready to attack them the way you need to, then they're gonna be disruptive the entire day.
Do you look forward to going against a friend like Nick, or is that when it's a guy that can wreck your day, you prefer not to see him?
I think I'd prefer to see him in the off season and hang out with him then.
Is there between him and Joey? prefer to go against the least?
No, not really. I think they both present a lot of challenges.
How much do they, I know he's played both left and right, is it kind of one game or the other, or do they move him around in game?
They'll move him around. I think, it's tough to say. I'm sure they have a reason for it. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but he's always got to be alert for where he's going to be.
With T, how has the contested catch with T become a bigger part of the offense, and why is that working so well?
He's playing with a lot of confidence right now. He's playing great the last couple of weeks. And he needed to step up the way that some guys have been, or some teams have been cheating the safeties over to Jamar to eliminate the big play with him. And, T stepped up and become, one of the best receivers in the league. So I'm really excited about what he's been doing, and I know he is as well, and he's just going to keep getting better.
What role do you play in confidence that receivers have?
I always try to, sometimes guys are going to have down days, and some guys take that harder than others. So as a quarterback, you just have to understand your guys and understand what you need to say, what you need to not say, and that's part of being a leader of the team.
What have you seen from this team, Joe, that indicates to you guys, indicates to you that this team is mentally tough to handle the last 5 weeks and get to the postseason?
We faced a lot of adversity this year. And we have really good people in the locker room that work really hard and those are the kind of guys you want to be going to war with when you're going down the stretch and have to come out with some tough wins.
Is there a difference at all, focus-wise, intensity, whatever it may be, coming off a loss versus coming off a win?
No, you don't try to think of it that way. You try to get to a point where you treat every week the same, and so you can, you look back whether you win or lose, and treat the mistakes like they're mistakes whether you win or lose. So you just got to get all the mental errors and the mistakes corrected whether you win or lose, and treat practice the same way.
Joe, how do you view interceptions? Is it just a hazard of the occupation? You're going to get them if you play that position, or is it different than that? Or
well, that's been something that I've been disappointed in this year, as far as the ones that I can control. Thrown too many, in my opinion. Obviously, there's been some that you can't control, and that's playing in this league. You're going to play some really good players that take advantage of those opportunities, and but the ones that I can control, I need to limit.
The 49ers present a lot of different looks. Do you have to have recognition, communication, sharpness, like you tried to achieve last week? And in your opinion, was that up to snuff, recognition and communication?
No, it was not good enough on Sunday. And their third down defense presents some challenges as far as communication and understanding their packages. First and second down, I think I have a pretty good feel for what they're going to be in. Third down, I haven't studied third down too much yet, but they do present some challenges on third down.
Obviously, he's still having an impact on our Chase, but how important is it for this offense to take advantage of the situations when he is one-on-one, like you did earlier in the year?
Yeah, it is. It is important, and we haven't been getting too much of that, but when we do need to take advantage of it.
Last question. Hey, just real quick, where do you keep your Heisman? Is it with you, or is it back with your folks?
It's in my house.
It is.
Yeah.
In any particular place?
It's in my basement, locked up safely for the burglars out there who might want to come.
all right, you got to get an insurance.
Oh, don't worry, we got it.
What did you guys as a defense figure out was the main reason the Chargers were able to